supposed to be an equal kind of thing.
50-50.
Yes, supposed to be 50-50. Mother alete 50, father alete 50. Yes,
Okay.
it's not nikufinyilie utoe 20 minutes or 70.
I'm a mother and I'm not receiving support from my ex or my
Yes.
husband. What happens?
This is where now the court comes in. As a parent,
Yeah.
you can file a case for child maintenance or for maintenance or for child support.
And now, as a parent, I want to remain with the kid. You call it child custody.
Yes.
I want to remain with the kid as a father. And also, the mother wants to remain with the kid. What is the law bit behind that?
Okay. First of all, the child belongs to both of you.
Okay.
Nobody has a higher right of staying with the child than the other. So this is where.
Hello there, welcome to the show. Today we are going to have a very interesting topic. You know, in a relationship, after a certain while, not everyone is able to sustain that relationship, whether you already have a family or not. That's why I've invited all the legal officer just to tell us more about the legal bit of a relationship. So I will let her introduce herself before we continue. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Habil. My name is Cecilia Maina. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, and I am also a legal officer at Collaborative Center for Gender and Development.
Welcome so much. So today nimejipanga. I have various topics I want to address with interest to the viewers who are watching. There maybe someone is affected or maybe either indirectly or directly based on the various challenges in life that we have. Now we're going to talk about child support. We're going to talk about deadbeat fathers or deadbeat dads. We're going to talk about co-parenting as well, child ownership or child custody, right? And domestic violence. So maybe just to start you off, let's talk about child support. You know, right now we are living in a generation where we are breaking up and not all relationships are going to be successful forever. But now we have children on the map. We need them to continue life. How are we going to handle that situation as far as we're not together as parents?
Uh, First and foremost, a child is someone who is the age below the age of 18, and this child that means they need protection, they need care, they come along with a lot of responsibilities, and the law stipulates that best interests of the child is paramount before anything. The child needs to be protected and taken care of by both parents. According to the Constitution, both parents, according to the Constitution and also the Children's Act, number 29 of 2022, a child is supposed to be taken care of by both parents. It does not matter whether you guys are married, does not matter whether you are separated, doesn't matter whether you're divorced. A child is a responsibility of both partners. Yeah, so both of you need to come together, discuss how you're going to make sure that this child does not lack. Yes.
Let me give you this scenario now. We have parents who have a child and they are divorced or separated, and maybe a father is not supporting. Who is now supposed to support? Is it the father? Is it the mother? Who is responsible?
Both of them.
Both of them.
Both parents are supposed to support the child. It does not matter whether the child is staying with the mother or the child is staying with the father. Both parents need to come together and make sure that that child is getting all the necessities that are supposed to be provided for the child.
And we have a law where it indicates who is supposed to give how much, who is supposed to donate some support kiwango gani in terms of percentage, because you know it can bring differences among parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not really. The law does not dictate how much each parent is supposed to provide.
Yeah.
It goes down to how much are you able to support with. Like, for example, there are two parents.
Yeah.
One is employed, the other one is not
It's not.
employed.
Yeah.
Of course, the court, if this case is even, if this matter is even taken to court, the
Yeah.
court is going to look at how much the parent who is seeking custody or support, support, how much the parent who is seeking support, how much are they earning? And the parent who is being asked for support, how much are they earning? So that it's divided. It's supposed to be an equal kind of thing.
50-50.
Yes, supposed to be 50-50. Mother alete 50, father alete 50. Yes,
Okay.
it's not nikufinyilie utoe 20 minutes or 70. No, but also the court looks at the capabilities of someone,
Okay.
because you could be the father, but you're not earning much. You're earning 20,000 and the mother is earning 70,000. So the court is going to equalize and make sure that
The court doesn't look at father is the one supposed to
No.
provide more
No.
than the.
No,
It's
no,
50-50.
It's 50-50. It's supposed to be 50-50.
And what of a scenario where one of them is not cooperating?
One of them
What
is
happens? Yeah, I'm a mother
not.
and I'm not receiving support from my ex or my
Yes.
husband.
Yeah.
What happens?
This is where now the court comes in. As a parent,
Yeah.
you can file a case for child maintenance or for maintenance or for child support. That is when now the court is going to summon the father to court and going to ask them, the case is going to go on between the mother and the father with the court being the adjudication.
And are you going to send someone for scrutiny? Because how are you going to know that I'm earning 50,000 and she's earning 20,000 and neither of us is lying?
There is something called discovery when it comes to court. So the court, you're not supposed to lie to the court, first of all. So if the court asks how much are you able to provide, you should answer that question within your means. Like you can tell the court, I am earning 50,000 and I have other children, so I am able to provide 10,000 per month because I also have other responsibilities. Yes.
We don't go to KRA for scrutiny in case we are lying because we tend to lie as human beings.
Yeah.
So you don't go to KRA or try to find out what is this guy doing, how much is he earning really.
I'm not even sure you'd get that kind of information because that is infringement of privacy.
Okay.
For one, it's the court can order. For example, if someone is employed as CCGD and they are being sued for maintenance, the court can order that CCGD provides information on how much they're earning to the court. So the court will be able to know. But you as an individual, you cannot go fishing. If you go fishing for that information chini ya maji, then that is not going to be evidence that can be admitted in court. Yeah.
And now as a parent, I want to remain with the kid. You call it child custody.
Yes.
I want to remain with the kid as a father. And also the mother wants to remain with the kid. What is the law bit behind that?
Okay. First of all, the child belongs to both of you.
Okay.
Nobody has a higher right of staying with the child than the other. So this is where something called legal custody comes, or child custody comes to play. You go to court and you apply for child custody. But most of the cases, not most of the cases, at all cases, remember, the best interest of the child is always paramount when it comes to children. So what happens is the court will look at both sides. What are the what do both parents want to stay with the child? Is there harm that could come to the child if the child goes with the mother or if the child goes with the father? Of course, if there is harm, you are out. You will not be given child custody. Okay. And most cases, the child, you're given equal custody, equal share, like equal custody. That means the child could physically be staying with the mother,
Okay.
but the father is also equally can also be will
Can also take custody.
no custody is there.
Okay.
Custody is equal.
But now
It's
the
equal.
mother stays with the child.
Yes, the court now can order where does the child, where will the child be staying, especially during school days. You understand?
Okay.
So now that will depend. So after school is closed, the child, the court can order that the child goes and stays with the father during the holidays. But there are also there's also something called visitation, where if the mother is the one who is staying physically with the children,
Okay.
it may the father is allowed to go and visit the children at the mother's residence, or goes and picks them and takes them somewhere.
And what criteria is chosen or used to determine that the child goes to stay with the mother? Because
Mostly,
all of us,
yes,
we qualify to stay with the child.
Yes.
What happens?
Now that will be dependent on the court and also the child. Where has the child been staying most of the time? Where is the child most comfortable staying? And where will the child not experience difficulties? Because unaweza kuwa, I'm the mother, but I stay in a shanty. And you are the father and you stay in a well-spacious house.
Yeah.
So the court will obviously take the child to where they are most comfortable. But also remember, you could be staying in a very spacious house, but the child is more comfortable in the house where it's a shanty.
Okay.
So what will happen is, so that means, what will happen is the court will look at where is this child? Yes, comfortable.
And is the child really grown enough to understand that this is where I'll be comfortable? Do you determine the age ama akifika level gani ndio kona chance ya kuamua?
Okay. In most cases, there is a certain age that the court prefers when the child is staying with the mother.
Okay.
That is below the age of 4. Below the age of 4. Most of the cases, the court usually prefers it when the child is staying with the mother, because those are very tender years for a child to be separated from their mother, unless there is harm going on within that
The
place
parenting.
where the mother is, things like that. But what are you talking about?
We're talking about if is the child grown enough to understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, there's something called child services. There is a department for children.
Okay.
Sometimes the court can send an officer of a children's officer to go and investigate more about the child space. How is the child space?
Okay.
Second thing, the children's officer will give a feedback or give a report to the court, and the court will look at it and consider it.
Yeah.
Second, a child above the age of 5, let's say 5 or even 4, they're able to talk, they're able to express themselves.
Yeah.
The court will ask, or rather, will have a conversation with the child. The child, and they are going to gauge how is his relationship with the mother, how is the relationship with the father. So the court is going, you see the way you're looking at me, you can read my demeanor when I'm staying with someone else. You know whether I fear this person, whether I'm afraid of them, things like that. Okay. So the court will consider what the child is giving in terms of reactions. Okay. And also they can be asked, they are also asked, nani kununulia nguo, nani kupeleka out, nani, things like that. Yeah. So the court using that will determine where the child is. Yeah.
I want us to take a quick break, but before we go for break, I want you to clarify something. We have parents here, not together.
Yes.
And the father is not cooperative when it comes to supporting the child. How you as a law now, how do you make sure that the father supports the wife or the mother or the kid? Is the law behind it?
Supporting the mother and the
I am a father,
yes,
and I have a wife and maybe ex and a baby.
yes.
And I'm not supporting the baby. My wife or my ex is doing everything. What is the legal bit behind making sure that me as a father am forced to?
Going to court. You can go to court
Mhm.
and get a maintenance order.
So the mother can go to court.
Yes, the mother can also go to court.
Mhm.
The mother goes to court, makes an application for maintenance, and then they are granted.
How expensive is it? Because in our society now we have many mothers who are not able to support their children, and at the same time they cannot be able to force or make their former husbands to support the baby.
You need a lawyer first of all, but it's not a must. You can do self-representation, but you also need legal advice because there are some applications that you need to make. These are legal documents. You need someone who can draft them for you. So what you can do is it's quite it's not
Critical,
yeah
expensive.
it's not cheap. You know, it's not cheap.
It's not
But it's
affordable to
affordable.
everyone.
Yes, it's not cheap. You need to have some legal fees.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So let us go for that break. When we come back, we'll be talking about domestic violence and how to handle it, the legal bit of it after the break.